Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff, but we keeps it a buck. And today we're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs and the conference finals. A lot has gone down since the last time we recorded. So before I give Curtis his bouquet of flowers, let's make sure we get everybody introduced. Let's start with Kurt. What's going on, brother?
Bro. I got the hood on, so I'm putting the hood on. Definitely, man. Just happy to be here. Saying what's up to everybody.
No doubt. And I got my brother Stan. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Good to be here. Good to see y'all again.
Yeah, man. Likewise. So I guess we'll start in the Eastern Conference. Yesterday, the Indiana Pacers took a 2-0 lead. They won both of the games in New York. So New York is really up against it now. Kurt has been on the Indiana Pacers pretty much from the start of the playoffs. And yeah,
Start of
man.
the
So
season.
yeah, start
This
of the season. Yeah, start of the season. Yeah, but you really upped it in the playoffs. You was on this team the whole time. So Kurt, just talk about. I mean, what have you seen in this series? Not just what happened last night, but just game one as well. So let's just touch on it.
I need everybody that's watching this to go back to our other video. Make sure you put that link in the description, Reg, so they'll see our last live about the Knicks. Bro, everything I said is happening except for Big Cat. I thought Miles Turner was going to handle Big Cat. Big Cat kind of he didn't really do what he do too much game two, but game one, Big Cat was amazing. I did not expect that from Big Cat. Um, I'm kind of mad though because the reason I'm mad at Miles Turner is because he messed up my parlay, and the reason he messed up my parlay is because he got to stand out there with the 3-point line with Cat. Yeah, I had a parlay for rebounds. That was it, bro. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Like, I've already said it. Naismith, I told y'all about Naismith. I told y'all about Nimbar. I told y'all about Ben Mathurin. Even though Ben Mathurin ain't really do much game two, but I think he scored double figures the last 5 games before game two. And Ben Mathurin is basically a defender. You know what I'm saying? So, but the Knicks, man, I felt like when they got past the Celtics, they felt like we're there. But they didn't realize that the Indiana Pacers are the best team in the East. I've been saying that. They went to the conference finals last year. They brought everybody back. Everybody got better. They have an awesome coach, and they have a leader that don't give a fuck about the numbers. I said that when you got a guy like Tyrese Halliburton that'll go out there and say, "No, you do it. I'm a bi." No, Naismith, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like Shay does that a lot of times. You see JD go off because Shay is saying, you go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? You'll see Kaysen go off because he'll say, you go ahead and do it. Well, you got an unselfish leader that's ready to perform in the clutch. That is how you win in the playoffs. And I did not think they was going to take both games in New York. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not surprised that it happened. This is a battle-tested team. They're super confident. They're very coached. They coach very well, I should say. And I seen it. They got the bigs, they got the size, they got the versatility, they got size, and they can run small. They could literally run small with Miles Turner the way he gets up and down the floor. They can literally put it like Ben Mathurin at the 4 and just run with Miles Turner at the 5. So how you want to play it? You want to get out and run? You want 7 seconds? You want to slow it down and play half court? You want to grind it out or make it a defensive tough game? We can do it all. They just don't have the names, but they have the game. So shout out to the Indiana Pacers. I've been with y'all all year, man. All year. Shout out to the Pacers.
All right, Stan, what you got?
The series was. I expected it to be a back and forth series. I didn't expect Pacers to take the first 2 games.
Nope.
I don't think the Knicks are going to recover from the choke job in game one. You don't go up. You don't have a 15-point lead with less than 3 minutes left, and you lose the game. It's just that I don't think they can recover from. I don't think they can recover from it. Pacers are just too deep. They're just too deep. And I don't know what the fuck Tildo was doing in the game yesterday. I have no idea what he was doing. I don't know why Towns only played like 29 minutes in this game. You've been playing these niggas straight up all season long. You've been
It's a
playing
good
these
point.
dudes big minutes all season long. Why was Towns only playing 37 minutes? Only played 30. Why was he on the bench in the fourth quarter, late in this game when this game was still in the balance? I don't know. I'm sure Thibodeau will say with defense, Towns is one of your best players, man. It's all hands on deck, man. It's the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
And Mitchell Robinson gave them a lot of energy early in the game, rebounded very well, but he's a fucking awful free throw shooter. The Pacers were exploiting that towards the end of the game. They started hacking him on purpose and putting him on the line, which was smart. Again, that's the kind of coaching, kind of smart stuff that you get from guys who know how to coach. Carlisle's a hell of a coach. One of the best coaches in the league.
Yep.
And him going back to the Pacers is what changed that franchise when he went back there. He's a great coach, and that's the kind of stuff that you see from good coaches. And I don't know what Thibodeau was doing. I don't know. I don't know what the hell Brunson was thinking with that three he took at the end. I guess he was trying to just get a shot off as opposed to getting fouled because the Pacers probably would have fouled and put him on the line.
Exactly.
But it was a terrible shot by Brunson, and he played very well this game. I don't know. I think the Knicks are in trouble. I really do. I think they're in trouble. I think it's going to be very difficult for them to go on the road in Indiana and beat the Pacers. At least you're going to have to at least take the next 2 games from the Pacers. I don't know how you do that in Indiana to have a chance to win the series. I can't see them beating this Pacers team 3 straight times, definitely not 4 straight times, but 3 straight times. If you go down 3-1, I just don't see it. So I think the Pacers are in control of this series. The Knicks are in deep trouble. I don't know what Thibodeau is going to be able to do to kind of slow down. I mean, the Pacers played their style in game 1 and won, and it was a slowed down, slower paced game in game 2. They still won, and they didn't. And Halliburton was scoreless through the first 20 minutes of this game. Again, like I was saying, the Pacers are just a deep team of guys that can hit you everywhere, and it's always a different guy. And it was Turner, it was Nembhard, whether it's Naismith, whether it's Halliburton, it's Siakam had the big game yesterday at 35. They just have guys all over the place that can just kill you. And the Knicks are basically a seven guy team right now. They play 2 guys off the bench basically. It's gonna be. I thought the Pacers had the edge just because they're just so goddamn deep, man. From one, they can go. So many guys that can throw at Brunson, and so many guys that can throw out there, and guys that can make big shots that have no fear of taking a big shot. They have so many guys. It's such a deep team. They might be and I'm sure we're going to get to the West in a minute, but the Pacers might be the only team left of these 4 that could potentially give the Thunder any kind of fight. Because I don't see it. And I know you're going to talk to West in a minute, but right now I think the Pacers are the team that could give them any kind of fight because they are deep enough to match the Thunder's length and deepness as far as roster. But this series might be over. I think the Knicks are done. I think they were done with game 1 when they blew that game. I don't know how you recover from blowing a game like that. I just don't. So. Again, Kurt been on the Pacers for the whole playoffs, so I had to give him credit for that. And again, I'm shocked though because I thought they would be split. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Stan. You just brought up OKC. Literally, what's the difference between Indiana and OKC? It's the same shit. It's just that OKC got names.
The Thunder probably have the better. I mean, they have a better roster. They've got a little bit more length, but yeah, I understand. In terms of just the rotation, both of those teams can go 9 guys in a playoff game.
Yeah,
the Pacers and the Thunder both have 9 guys they trust to play in the playoff game. The Knicks do not. The Knicks are basically at 7 guys. It's basically like Mitchell Robinson here, and then it's Campaign, who was awful in the game yesterday. It's just that they don't have a lot of guys they can go to off that bench. They played better in the postseason than they did last year, but it's going to be very hard for the Knicks to recover from that game 1, from that choke job. I just don't see it. I don't see them recovering.
Yeah, and that's honestly why it does kind of feel like the series is over, man. And I don't like doing that just because we've seen crazy things happen in playoffs. Series can flip
in the second round.
Yeah, I remember that very well. For those who don't understand the reference, Tracy McGrady, the Magic went up 3-1 on Detroit, and these guys thought the damn series was over. Then Detroit came all the way back and won the series. Definitely one of the more dark moments of my lifetime as a
I'm
sports
sorry,
fan.
Reggie. Damn, I'm
So,
sorry.
I remember that series. Well, I remember Stan probably remember this. After game 7, I just went outside, just sat on the porch, just sat there for like hours.
He did. He did. He just sat outside. He just sat outside this Magic year for like hours, yo. He ain't say nothing to nobody. He just sat outside the porch. He ain't say nothing. I ain't really say nothing to him because I already knew there was no point. I just like, look, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, it's like I don't know what to tell you. There was nothing to say, so I just left his ass alone, yo. This is he
it,
sat
it,
outside for hours, yo.
it was horrible, man. But yeah, this series definitely feels over, and the big reason why it's not even what happened yesterday. It was what happened in game 1. Like, yo, you can't lose that game. Like, you just cannot lose that game. And look, some of that was just the Pacers just not quitting because that game felt over. Like, I was literally about to turn the game off, but I was like, yeah, I'll let it run to the end or whatever. And Naismith just got red hot from 3. He just kept hitting 3. He just kept hitting them. But even with all that, even with him continuing to hit threes, even with just the way the Pacers closed that game out, you can't lose that game because the clock is on your side. No matter how many threes he's hitting, it's a 24-second shot clock when you get the ball back. Use the clock. And if you go back and look at that game, there were 2 possessions where I'm looking at the TV like, what are you doing? And the Knicks actually scored on a few of them. Like they the Pacers tried to trap. They broke the trap, got it past half court, but instead of running the clock, they ran and scored.
Boy,
And that's cool. But then Naismith hits another 3. So you trading 3s for 2s. When that dude kept hitting 3s, now is the time to ice the clock.
yep.
Yes, after you break the trap, even if you got the little 2-on-1, still bring it back out. Run the damn clock. The clock is on your side. And then there was another play where they did the same thing, but on that one, they turned the damn ball over. Like Brunson tried to throw a oop or whatever, and it got blocked, and they challenged it, and it was them. So Pacers got the ball back.
It was all ball.
That was at
Yeah.
least 15 seconds right there that you could have run off the clock. And 15 seconds doesn't sound like a long time in like real life, but in basketball, 15 seconds is crucial. You can take 15 seconds off the clock. That's huge. You
Right.
can't lose that game, man. And I just could not believe a team with that many veterans made that mistake. I
Coached
can't
by
believe it.
Ted.
Coached by Tibbs.
Yeah,
How do you
it's
make that
just
kind of a mistake? Run the clock. Run the clock. It just didn't make sense to me. And when then the missed free throws, man, there's not a lot you can do about the missed free throws, I guess. I mean, you miss them. It just happens. You miss free throws, but that's actually why, for me personally, I'm not saying I'm not an NBA coach or nothing like that. I'm a novice, right?
Right.
That's why I've never been the biggest fan of the foul when you're up 3, depending
yeah,
on
I
the
don't believe in it.
situation. But I'm not a big fan of it because people always forget when you foul up 3, you're going to be fouling the guy that they want to take the 3, which means he's probably an excellent free throw shooter.
Right.
So you're sending him to the line for the 2. The pressure is now on you to make the free throws too on the back end. You got to make
Right.
both, right?
Right. Yeah.
The Thunder lost a game to the Nuggets last series because of the same shit. What was that, game 3? I forget what game that was. It was the same exact thing. They was fouling up 3, and the Nuggets kept making the free throws, and then you finally missed, and then they made the 3 to win the game. I'm just not a fan of fouling up 3 unless the clock is like 5 seconds and under, then I would do it. But when it's like 14, like, no, don't foul, because now you got to make the damn free throws. Just make a stop, make a defensive stop. And speaking of defensive stops, the reason why I picked the Knicks to win this series is something that just has not happened in this series. That I felt like the Knicks backcourt and their defensive versatility could be the first team in this playoffs to finally give the Pacers backcourt a little bit of resistance. You know what I'm saying? Just give them a little bit of, okay, we just can't run all over the place and just have a good time. But that's not happening. The Pacers are having a great time, and they're taking turns because like
Yep.
Naismith was phenomenal in game one. He didn't do a ton in game two. Here come Siakam. I got 30 something for you.
Yep.
They're so versatile. They got so many weapons, and they can beat you in so many different ways. And while the Pacers are not a great defensive team, they're better than they were last year for sure. But
Mhm. They definitely are.
they're not a great defensive team. When they need to get them stops, they get them. That
They
game
get him.
yesterday, when they was up 8 and they got like 2 straight defensive stops, like when they need to get them, they get them. So I mean, look, I don't know what to say. What to say? I don't know how the Knicks come back in this series. I really don't. Like, it's not just the fact that you're down 2-0. It's that how you lost that game one.
Yep.
You
Yep.
win that game. If you win game one, because in game one, the Knicks looked like the better team for 3.5 quarters. So if you just close that damn game, then you lose game two, how you lost it yesterday, yeah,
Yeah.
Knicks still feel all right. But I don't know. I don't see how they bounce back from this, honestly. I don't.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Reg. You bring up a good point. Like after game one, like this game two was like you gotta salvage the season. You had that big letdown in game one. Game two is how you salvage the season. And then this is the crazy thing. The Knicks are losing playing Knicks basketball. You
Mhm.
understand? Like they are running their shit. It's not like the Pacers are like making them do shit that they don't normally do, making them work or operate outside of normal Knick basketball. When you are playing your game and you are getting beat playing your game at
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
that's a lot to deal with. And like you said, you thought they backcourt, the Knicks backcourt defensively. It's hard to take Indiana's backcourt out of the game because they're not looking to score per se. They score when it's time to score. You showing like you say, yo, Tyrese Halliburton didn't even score in like the first half for real.
Yeah.
Because I'm not tripping off of it. He wasn't out there trying to force it. Oh, I need to hurry up and score, and like James Harden and them niggas do. He was just like, oh, I'm not scoring right now. Somebody else. Hey, Pascal, you hot? Hey, throw that shit down there to pass. Work him. When you got a leader that will do that all game and then come back and hit the clutch shot at the end of the quarter, it's over. And like that is very hard. That is that is what got LeBron over so many years as a leader. Because he say, Kyrie, come here. D Wade, come the fuck here. AD, what are you doing? Take the fucking ball. AD, work. Like he's always made other people work. And Tyrese Halliburton has that. And that's hard. That's hard to account for, bro.
Yeah. 100% right. 100% right, man. Like you said, man, like Halliburton didn't even like go crazy. He didn't even go crazy. And like it's funny, man. Halliburton is great, man. When he made the shot in game one, he did the Reggie Miller choke because he thought the game was over. And he regretted, like, dang, I wanted a game. Like, nah, it still applies. They did choke. It still applies. Like when Reggie Miller made the shots, he tied the game, right? When he made the 2 threes, that tied it, right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
like, yes,
yeah.
the choke was still appropriate.
Yeah, no, but Reggie did that after the game was over.
Oh, he
Like when the
did? Okay.
clock like zero, he went to
Spike.
Spike and did that when it clocked. He didn't do it
Okay.
straight off of the shots though. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay. I
The
thought you
game
made it
was
off
over.
that
Yeah.
3. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yo, but you know what's really dope about Tyrese Halliburton? This a Knicks fan. Y'all can look this up. It was a Knicks fan. They was throwing when they found out they was playing the Pacers before
Mhm,
game one, right? It was a Knicks fan. They was throwing trash on this man and all that in New York because he had
mhm.
a Pacers jersey on.
Yeah, yeah, I heard
Tyrese
about it.
Halliburton FaceTimed that nigga and brought him to that game one.
Oh, wow. Oh my god. You talk about the revenge.
What?
That's
He was
dope.
at the game, dog. That's crazy.
Stan, what do you think? Is there anything the Knicks can do to get back in this series?
I don't know. I just think it's going to be hard because again, that game one was such a gut punch. It's just such a gut punch, and again, it's one of those when you go up that many points, when you're up that much in that late a game, you have to. It's not like the Knicks didn't score. on them in the last few minutes because they had a couple. I mean, Brunson got a nice bucket, Eddie got a nice layup, Towns got a layup. It's just a effort, and Nason just kept hitting threes. I don't know how you recover from that. I think the Knicks just have to. They've got to. They've got to tap into that mental toughness they showed against the Celtics and be able to close them out. They're gonna have to tap into that and try to win 2 games in Indiana. That's the bottom line. They have to focus on we got to win game 3. They can't worry about anything else but game 3. Got to win game 3. Cannot lose. If we lose, we're done. We're done. DOA. They have to win game 3. How they win game 3, they're gonna have to figure out. They're gonna have to figure out, man, how to slow down the Pacers' offense. And I don't know how you do that because the Pacers run this really unique. We're just gonna go up and down the court on you, and they could wear the Knicks out, and get guys in foul trouble like they've done. And it's just gonna be hard for them to kind of counteract that because again the Pacers can go so deep. They were getting contributions from Obi Toppin and McCullum, and guys like that. Like, it's gonna be hard for them to really match the Pacers and their, like I said, how deep that roster is and how many. How many guys the Pacers play in the game when they trust to play in the playoff game. It's gonna be tough. I don't see the Knicks coming back. I don't see the Knicks. I can see this being a sweep. Actually, I can see it being a sweep. The Pacers just going up and just knocking them down, blowing them out in game 3, and wrapping in game 4. I don't see the Knicks coming back. I just don't.
Kirk,
Bro, when you
anything
I
can
you
hope
win
they
on
do
the
because
road, when you can
I
win
hope
on the
they do.
road in the playoffs with your best player not being your best player, that is
Yeah,
hard to account for.
yeah. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I don't know how they recover from not just the game 2 loss, but game 1. Just how they match up with the Pacers. It's just not a good matchup for them. It wasn't a good matchup for them last year. It's just not a good matchup for them.
Yeah, I think the only way I can see the Knicks really getting back in this is that something weird is going to have to happen. And when I say weird, like obviously injury, but we hopefully none of that happens. But something like that, and then also just randomly the Knicks just find something, right? So like, because look for me, I know how crazy series can get. I know how bad it can get and how quick it can get that way. So like if the Knicks just can find something randomly, and again, a Thibodeau team, I don't see it happening. But if you bring somebody who hasn't played a lot off the bench, he just starts making an impact. Now it's something we can't account for. You think about this is an extreme example, obviously, but you think about when the Cavs and the Warriors played the first time they played in the finals, and Cavs went up. This was the year when Kevin Love and Kyrie was out, and LeBron was just going nuts. And
Crazy.
yeah, and it was 2-1. And what changed the series is they put Iguodala in and play more minutes and guard LeBron by himself, and that changed the series. You feel what I'm saying? Like that one action changed the series. And so I think that something like that's going to have to happen. Just something random that we can't foresee, that a guy comes in and does something and it just changes it. That's the only thing I can see. Outside of that, man, I can't see it. Like that game 1 is it's just a gut punch. I don't know, they can't get off the mat from it. And I think the Knicks are going to win game 3. I do. I think they're gonna figure out a way to win game 3. But they're not winning both of them in Indiana. I think this thing is going to be a 3-1 series, and from there, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I want to see it, but I don't see it.
Hey, I'm gonna get a vase. I'm gonna get a vase for y'all niggas, and I'm gonna put some water in it. So when y'all send me the fans see my roses.
You got it, man. I mean, you nailed it. You nailed it, man, from the start. I didn't. I like the Pacers team. You know what's crazy? Before we move on, when you look at the Pacers, like a lot of people looked at the Pacers, especially when they gave Pascal Siakam that contract. They looked at the Pacers and said they're starting to turn into a treadmill team where they've got a lot of salary and they don't really have a way to like get to that next step. And like, man, everybody that said that, man, that's aging horribly because this team has a chance to go to the finals and be competitive in it. So it's amazing how things can just change like that, man.
Yes, it is. And again, good front office, good coaching. You
Yeah.
built the team the right way. The Pacers built this team the right way. The way that you're supposed to build your team is how they built. And it's a deep team. It's a good team, and I think they were underestimated from last year. Everybody thought
Yeah.
last year was a fluke. Them getting to the conference finals was a fluke, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
You saw what they've done in this playoffs this year. I mean, what are they,
Yeah.
10-2?
Yeah.
I mean, they actually obliterated the Bucks, and
Cavs
win the
too.
second round. Yeah, and the Cavs pretty much obliterated, just ran over the Cavs. They've lost 2 games in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
It's not a fluke, man. It's a hell of a team.
Without
They
question.
got something special. Like I said, they could give the Thunder. And again, I know we're going ahead, but I think they can give the Thunder a run in the finals because it's a
Well,
spoiler alert. I think the Western Finals is over. So.
well, we're gonna go. We're gonna go there now. We're gonna go there now. The Oklahoma City Thunder have now a 2-0 lead over the Timberwolves. Game 3, I believe, is tonight around 8:30, if I'm not mistaken. We didn't get a chance to predict this series, so we kind of have to go on the honor system. Remember when you was in school when you had to grade your own paper? You had to put the honor system. You remember that? So we got to kind of
Yeah,
go on the honor
yeah.
system on that. Stan, before the series, who did you pick?
Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City, and I felt they were going to win the series easily. And again, there's nothing against Minnesota. I think that the Wolves have been very good in the playoffs. They played well. They ran through the Lakers in round one pretty easily, quite frankly. I thought they were going to give the Thunder a more competitive series than what I've seen so far. What I've seen so far is just OKC is beating the shit out of them and doing what they've been doing to teams all season. This is what they've been doing. You start off and you play tight with them and you stay competitive with them, and then they just go on these runs. It's very
Yep.
Warriors like, the Curry, KD, Clay Warriors, where they would just go on these fucking crazy runs and the game would be over. The Wolves were playing with them in games 1 and 2, and then they just went on these runs, and and again, it's a lot like the Pacers with the Thunder. It's just they have so many guys that will just kill you. I mean, Shea has obviously been the MVP. I mean, everybody. I'm not going to debate the MVP. Shea was the MVP this year. He was the best player on the
Fact,
best team. That's how it
fact.
works.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, Jokic, you can give. I mean, you have to give some consideration to Jokic because he carried that shitty Nuggets team to a 7-game series with the Thunder. You have to give him that. But it's Shea is the best player on the best team. Jalen Williams was amazing in game 2.
Yes,
Bruh.
he was.
Just
Bruh.
Yes, he
sensational.
was. Oh my goodness.
Just sensational. And again, that's the thing with OKC. Even if Shea can have a so-so game, which he did in a few games in the Denver series, it's just other guys. Jalen Williams steps up. Chet Holmgren, who really hasn't tapped into his potential because of injuries and stuff, was sensational throughout the series as well. It was good in the last game. They just have so many guys, man. Lou Dort can hit threes and out of nowhere, and Wallace is just. And then the defensive part of it. The defensive part of it is where they're just fucking amazing. Like this is like I don't want to compare them to the mid '90s Bulls, but it's that they are
It's close.
as good as
It's close.
they're close.
It's close.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
super close in terms of what they're able to do defensively and how many guys they can throw at your best player. I mean,
Yep.
Edwards had a lot of points in game 2, but he took a lot of shots to get to it. Like him and Shea had very comparable points numbers, but Shea had less shots. Edwards took a shit ton of shots because they made him work, and they could throw so many. I mean, Caruso. I will to this day just curse the Lakers for giving up on Caruso, and I understand why they did, but Caruso is amazing, and he's the kind of guy that could play for OKC for like the next 10 years. Because all he has to do is go in there, defend the best guy on the other team, hit a couple threes, and he can do that easily every game. He just does it, just does it. And yes, Minnesota is just outmatched, and I don't know what the fuck happened to Julius Randle. He fucked up my last parlay
Mm.
because I don't know what happened to him. Randle just
Yep.
disappeared. He just disappeared. I don't know what happened to him, and he didn't even play in the fourth quarter of this game. I don't know how again. It's the playoffs, man. Guy can have
Yep.
a crappy game, okay, but I'm not benching one of the guys that got me here. And Rando was one of the guys that got him to this point. The way he
Yep.
played in round two, the way he played in round one. I just didn't
Well,
get it. I
well,
didn't get what happened and why.
here's what's happened. Here's what's happened. And I love the Timberwolves. I love what they've done this year. I did not pick them to beat the Lakers, even though I thought it was gonna be a good series against the Lakers. But I didn't pick them to win the series. I don't think I picked them against the Warriors either. I don't believe. But what they did to the Lakers and what they did to the Warriors is just simply what they can't do against the Thunder, which is bully
Right.
them with their size. You gonna bully us with our size, the Thunder? Go ahead and try it. We got length and we got size out there. So go ahead and try it. They can't bully them with their size the way they did against the Lakers. They can't.
And
And
they
so
skilled.
now, and they're skilled. And they're skilled. So now the Timberwolves are having to play a different way, and they just don't have enough offense to deal with this absolute just hurricane of offense that the Thunder have. They just don't have enough offense to match it. They just don't. Um, again, we're playing the honor system. I said the Thunder was going to win it in 5, honestly, because because styles make fights. Styles make it. This is just the worst possible matchup for the Timberwolves. Hats off to them for getting here because, I don't think many teams had the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. So, hats off for getting here. This is just the worst matchup they could possibly get. I going back to Minnesota. I never say a series is over when the home team wins the first 2 because you did what you're supposed to do. So now they get to go home and try to respond to it. So I'm not saying the series
Right.
is over. I just don't quite know how they deal with this offensive onslaught. They because they can't do the things they did in the previous series. I just don't see it. I mean, the Thunder just have so many damn weapons. They have so many weapons on both sides of the ball. It's so much.
Yep.
It's overkill, man. It really is how much onslaught they have offensively and defensively. They have multiple guys who could be the best defensive player on another team. Like
Yep.
multiple
Yep.
guys that can do that. They got a superstar that's getting superstar calls.
Yep.
Got everything. They have everything that you need to win a championship. The only thing that they don't have is experience.
Experience.
And so far, man, they're overcoming it. I know that you said, Kurt, that you got to get your heart broken before you get there. But right now, it's looking like they're gonna skip that step, man. They just got too much. They have too
Yeah,
much. Too much.
yeah.
Maybe they
I
did
got one.
learn. Maybe they did learn. Maybe they did learn, from last year,
Maybe.
Maybe they did. Maybe that was enough to say, hold up, that ain't happening. But, honest society, like you said, right? Y'all give me my paces. Y'all give me my roses for the paces, but I'm gonna have to hide my face for the Timberwolves. I thought the Timberwolves was going to beat this in 6 and 7, and the reason why I thought the Timberwolves was going to beat them, Stan alluded to it. I thought Julius Randle was going to be the dog that Cat Williams wasn't. You understand? Like I thought he was going to be. Listen, without him giving them 25 a night, they had no chance. He has to score at the minimum 25 points a night. At the minimum. Now, another thing about Anthony Edwards, he's going to have to learn how to make players better. When you want to talk about, there's not a better perimeter weapon in the league than Anthony Edwards. Okay, he's shooting the 3. The boy got the footwork. He got the ball handle. He got the mid-range game. He gets to the line. He's the most athletic two guard superstar. There's people that could jump with him, but they're not superstars. You see what I'm saying? Anthony Edwards, even though I felt like Shea has a better situation than Anthony Edwards, but I feel like in terms of what they are, Anthony Edwards is a little better than Shea, in my opinion. Okay. Shea gets a lot of James Harden calls. He falls to the ground a lot. That man shoots like 12 free throws a game. You know what I'm saying? But at the
I gotta
same
say something
time,
about that.
boys, nice.
I
Go
gotta
ahead.
say something
Go ahead.
about that because I've seen
Go
too
ahead.
many people do this dumb shit talking about Shea hunts for fouls. Shea hunts for fouls. Nigga, have you never seen basketball before when you say shit like that? Like when people say shit like that, have you never watched basketball before? Every great player in the history of this game foul hunts. I don't know what people are watching.
No, but
Everybody
see,
foul
Stan, it's a
hunts.
difference. It's a difference between drawing a foul and flopping. Okay, like if I'm
I
going
don't
to you,
think
if I'm going to the rack, right? If I'm going to the rack and I know it's about to be contact, and I go to try to make the layup and throw some stank on it, but I'm actually trying to make the layup. This man is driving to the rack, initiating contact, and then
Yeah,
falling.
yeah,
That's a thing. That's not what Reggie Miller did. Reggie Miller pump fake, got you in the air, then jumped into you and shot the jumper. He did not dribble the rock,
that's
and as
foul
soon as there's
hunting.
nowhere to go. But what I'm saying is, it's not what you do, but how you do it. Okay, he's not. Reggie Miller is not getting to the point where as though he's jammed up and just falling. You can take the lane from you can drive. You can take the lane from Shea, and he's just going to fall. He's not going to pass. He's not going to be physical and fight you. He's not going to try to get out of it. He's not going to try to get unjammed. He's just going to fall. No, bro, that's not. No, Stan, I can't defend that. I get what you're saying. Everybody
Nah,
foul. Everybody
I
draws
just feel
foul.
like yeah, I just feel like people have a tendency to want to pick on certain players. Like, oh, they foul. Yo, every great two guard, point guard, foul hunts. You know how many Allen Iverson didn't do that shit and get to the line a bunch of times. Kobe didn't do
Bro,
that
that's
shit and
fair.
get to the
That's
line a bunch of
unfair,
times.
Stan.
Jordan didn't
That's
do that shit and get to the
unfair,
line a bunch of
Stan.
times.
That's unfair to AI,
Know
yo.
no guys know how to get calls. Certain guys just know how to get the calls. Call it what you want. Call it foul hunting. Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's crafty. Whatever. Call it whatever. I don't consider Shea to be on the James Harden 2019 level where they had to
it's
What?
change
close.
some rules because of Harden. I
It's
don't
close.
see him that way.
It's
Oh,
close.
it's
Yo, it's
close. I don't
about
know
to
what to
be
say to
that.
that.
They about to change the rules for Shea, bro. Bro, it is close, bro. It is close, Stan. He is right there with James. Yo, it don't get no worse than James Harden. Okay, let's just put
What
that
I'm
out there.
saying, look. What I'm saying is that it doesn't discredit what kind of season Shea has had and what he's done for that team. He's one of the best
No, it
players in the
doesn't.
league, one of the best two guards in the league. But yes, does he foul hunt? Absolutely. Does he get calls by manipulating? Yes, he does. Do I care for it? No, I don't. But I'm not going to sit here and single him out for that because a lot of guys have done that, and the league has failed to address this shit. They tried with Harden. They tried with the Harden pump fake and the three that shit, and they said, "Look, we're gonna stop calling that shit." But I just don't believe that the people should be singling out Shea like Shea foul her. Like that's a bad thing. Like nigga,
Oh no, they
everybody
all
does
do
that.
it. They all do it, Stan. It's just that he's the only
Everybody
one
does
that
that.
do it that's left. Like if we was talking about Devin Booker, if Devin Booker was here, I would be saying Devin Booker does that. You see what I'm saying? It's just that
Devin
he's the
Booker does
last
that
one
shit.
left, Stan. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. He's
Devin
the
Booker does
only
that.
one left.
Everybody. Yeah, everybody does that shit. All the superstar players, especially two
Ant
guards,
don't.
point guards, guys.
Ant don't though.
No,
Ant don't
Ant
fall to
does
the
not do
ground,
that.
Stan. Tyrese don't fall to the ground, Stan. Jalen Brunson ain't falling to the ground, Stan.
No. Don't say that. Brunson does a lot of that same shit too. Don't say that. Brunson does a lot of that
Okay,
shit.
yeah,
Does a lot of that foul hunting too.
All
Yeah,
right,
he
that's fair.
does.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
he
fair.
does.
He just grabbed
Look,
somebody's hand and made him hit him in his face and
I
all that.
just
Just
look. My thing is, at the end of the day, the object is to get the ball in the basket, right? And the object is to
facts,
put the ball in the basket more than the other team. Do what you got to do to
facts.
do that. And sometimes if your jump shots isn't falling, you go to the basket and you make the referees make calls. That's all these guys are doing. I don't think it's no. Again, it's a
The
thin line
falling though,
between
Stan. I
look.
don't have a problem with him on a jump shot acting. I don't have a problem with him going to the line. I got a problem with when somebody does finally play good defense on him, he falls. He been fucking a nigga up all game. A nigga finally get one good defensive possession and he falls. I can't. Oh, that gets me so upset, bro.
And again, it definitely got to the Wolves again. I forget what game it was, but it was McDaniels or Alexander
He
that
pushed
pushed,
him.
that got frustrated
Yeah,
because Shea did that same shit. And look, I understand that, but he's like, bro, you can't do that in a conference finals game. You cannot lose your cool because at the end of the day, you know what he's
Facts,
doing. You know what he's doing.
facts.
He's been doing this shit all year. So why are you getting? I mean, you know what he's doing. He's going to attack the basket and he's going to make the officials make a call. This is what he's been doing. I just don't like to. I don't like to single out guys for that because I feel like plenty of guys do it. And again, it's up to the league now to say we got to do something about this shit because some of these guys are getting too over the top with it. Again, there's a thin line between getting the officials to make a call and manipulating the rules. I don't know if Shea does that like James Harden level of manipulating the rules.
It's
Harden would
close.
do goofy shit, but
It is close
okay.
though, dog.
It's
It is
close, man.
close, man. Stan, what I'm
It's
trying to stand, I don't want you to think I'm picking on Shea because I like Shea. I don't want you to think I'm picking. The only reason that I'm even saying about Shea's name is because he's the only one. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, LeBron started it. If you want to be technical, LeBron started all the falling. Like niggas was trying to get fouls back in the day in the 90s. LeBron and Chris Bosh, they started that falling shit in OKC. That OKC finals, them niggas just fell and fell and fell. They flopped their way to that championship, bro.
I think it was before that. I think
Remember
people
Derek Fisher
flop
was
before.
standing over top of LeBron? Like, come on, bro. Like, bro. That falling shit, they always flop. They always drew charges. They always tried to get you in the air and force the ref to make a call. I got a problem with grown men falling for no reason. If you look at Shea's flops, I've seen a compilation of Shea's flops, bro. He was just falling for no reason. Like the other day, he got a call overturned because nobody touched him and he fell. Nobody touched him and he fell. And they overruled the foul, bro. Like that doesn't look good. Like it makes you not want it's a negative feeling towards the game when you see that shit, bro. Niggas just falling. And then on top of that, bro, I could see if he was sorry. Like the dude Jose Alvarado from New Orleans, he do a lot of that falling shit. But he's sorry. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna call him sorry, but he's offensively challenged, okay? Shea, you got everything in the bag, and then you gonna do that to me. Like, that's not fair, bro. That's not fair, bro. And then you got 6 all-star caliber players on your team with it. Yo, look, listen, Chet can be an all-star, J-Dub can be an all-star. Listen, if y'all got Kason, a Reggie,
Jason
if the
Williams,
Magic got Kason, oh my God, the 1 point, like they got 6 guys that could be the number 1 or number 2 player on another team, bro. And then you got another 4 or 5 guys, like Reggie said, that'd be the best defender on another team. Like, bro, you got too much to be flopping, bro. Like James Harden, his second best player was Trevor Ariza. He gotta fall. His second best player was Clinton Capella. He gotta fall. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, you one of the best players with one of the most talented teams we've seen. If you want to talk about talent and potential, this team is right there with the Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors, bro. They got literally 5 or 6 all-star caliber players on their team. And you still gotta do all of that, bro. Come on, bro. It's too
Yeah, I
much.
don't think
It's
he's
too much.
doing a whole lot. But yeah, y'all gotta stop that, man. Again, it's not like he's doing a
Oh
whole
my
lot, man. He
God,
just
I
man.
stand. He is, man.
not that
Man,
bad, man.
Man, he is,
it
man.
is. Yo, look at the
Yeah,
compilation of his flops, bro, and then tell me it ain't that bad,
yeah.
bro.
He does a lot of it. I mean, and I get it. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do, but like I'm not even like I'm not mad at him per se, because if it's getting results, then why not do it? Right? You're trying to win. I'm mad at the referees that keep calling it. That's my thing. Like, stop calling this. And I remember the NBA instituted a rule like a while back, an anti-flopping rule, but they kind of just went away from it. And I think that it was let's lean into this, man. If we review a play and we see that you flopped, that should be a tech. It should be a technical foul. Like
Yeah.
if nobody touched you, you just hit the ground. At that point, you're trying to fool me. So I think it should be a tech. I think that I don't think that was a bad rule, because they did it. Remember they started it for a little while, then they stopped it. I guess it was too
Trying to
hard for the
fool me.
referees to do it, but nah, like, yo, if we challenge something and you just fell, it should be a tech. It should be a
It
technical
should be a
foul.
test.
It should be a
Yep.
tech. It's funny you brought up Case and Wallace, because I remember in that draft I wanted the Magic to draft him, because you're right, he would have been like perfect for us. So I 1,000% agree with that. So yeah, man. Anything else y'all want to add to this before we move on?
Nah,
Yo,
I just
hold up.
think
I
it
want to give
just
a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the OKC coach, bro. Because
Yes.
they don't never say his name. They always talk about the GMs and they talk about the players, but shout out to the coach. He got those boys militant minded. He got them boys playing together. And once again, I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Tyrese Halliburton. I'm gonna give the roses to Shea Gills also, because Shea Gills will say Kayshawn go. Shea Gills will say J Dub go. But then you look at Ant, he gonna put his shots up regardless. You see what I'm saying? Shea will really go out that bitch. If they blowing the team out, Shea will really go out there and shoot the ball 10 times the whole game. He will really sit down halfway through the third quarter and not come back in the game because Kayshawn got it, because J-Dub got it, and we up by 35. Like, he doesn't care. Ant has to put his shots up. Ant can't say, listen, I know how to make. Not only do Shea say, go J-Dub, but he facilitates it also. Like, hey, everybody move out the way. Hey, J-Dub, get there 15 feet right there. That's where you like it at. That's your favorite spot on the floor. Now work. Like, he facilitates their greatness also. That's what Ant has to learn. And that was the big difference that I've seen in this finals between them, which is why I had to put Shea above Ant now. Because Shea, despite all that he can do, he actually facilitates others' greatness. And that's a quality that is very rare in the NBA superstar right now.
Is there anything the Wolves can do to get back in the series?
Julius Randle got to give him 30 a night. That's it. If that happens, they have a chance. If not, get ready for next season. Cabo, here we come.
Stan, what do you say? Anything they can do to kind of get back into this?
No, series is done. If Randall finds it, maybe, but I don't see it. This series is done. At this point, it's a matter of whether the Thunder are going to win a sweep or win in 5 games. And that's pretty much where it is. It's just they're too good, they're too talented, they're too deep. The defense is too good. Edwards can score a bunch of points, but if he's the only one scoring, they don't have a chance. And they just don't have enough. Like everybody said, they don't have enough offense to counter what OKC does defensively. They just don't have it. This team is this Thunder team defensively is like 2000 Ravens level, man. The way they just get at you, it's just too many guys they can throw at you. Too many guys. Even if you get Wallace in trouble. Okay, here comes a Caruso back in. It's Jalen Williams with his length. It's just too many guys. Too many fucking guys that can throw at you, man.
Hartenstein.
Hartenstein. I didn't even mention Hartenstein when he does rebounding and cleaning up the glass.
Chet Holmgren.
All the dirty shit.
They got the length of Chet Holmgren and they got the power of Hartenstein. So they got both. Like both of the things you need in size, they got both of it. So it's like which way you want it. We can go small and just have Holmgren at the center and switch all your pick and rolls. You can't do shit with it. Go ahead. It's too much, man. It's too much.
And they all can shoot. Oh my God.
Jeez. But role players play better at home. They'll play better at home. Timberwolves are going to win game 3. You can book that.
And I don't even know what they got DiVincenzo on the floor for. What is he on the floor for?
Yeah, he hasn't played well.
He out there for decorations. We got to have a white guy. Go ahead.
No, he's a good player, but he's struggled so far. He'll play better at home as well. I got the Timberwolves in game 3. And then the Thunder take it the rest of the way. That's how I got it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep, man. I think we're gonna get the gentleman's sweep. Maybe the Wolves win game 4 to avoid getting swept in their home floor, but this is a wrap. They're just too good. I don't know what else to say. Is that they're just too deep, too talented, defensively too much for a presence, and Shea's the best player in the series. So.
Yeah. Agreed.
He's the best player left, actually, if you want to be technical.
Yep.
I think he's the best player left in the playoffs, yes.
I agree. All right, fellas, before we get out of here, I guess we have to touch on the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and RG3 and Ryan Clark dissing each other. I don't think we're going to put them on the diss track tier list, but, they are going at each other right now. I'll start off just by saying this. I have been someone who has watched a lot of WNBA ball even prior to the big boom. I've been watching it for a while. I remember
Mhm.
telling Stan that like that them years that the Minnesota Lynx and the LA Sparks went to the finals against each other back to back years. I felt like that was like that was
That was the
amazing.
best WNBA basketball. You talk about the
Yeah,
Maya Moore links.
yeah. And
Yeah,
they played the
yeah,
Sparks in back-to-back years in the finals, man. Like it was great. It was great basketball. And I remember during that time, I remember there was the Warriors and the Cavs was playing in the NBA finals all the time. And I remember saying like the best finals is in the WNBA right now. If we're being because we knew what the Warriors were at that time, but the best entertainment was the WNBA. So
WNBA.
I'm happy that the WNBA is finally starting to get their shine because I watched both of those games of opening, not opening because the opening night was the night before, but they on Saturday they had two games and I watched them both. And I remember the first game I just like looking at the crowd and seeing the crowd was just it was a big ass crowd, like a massive crowd, and they got lighting and all this. I'm like, yo, WNBA has arrived, man. I'm just so happy to see it.
Yep.
But I just kind of hate how we got here. But at the same time, I'm just happy we're here. So a part of me is like, I don't care because I'm just happy that WNBA is getting shine. But I just hate how we got here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm just gonna we
The
can just open
product
it
is
up.
great, but the
Yeah,
process
I
is
hate
what
the
you hate. The
process.
product I love, but the process is bull.
Yeah, I just
Well,
hate
they
how.
trying to create. They trying
Yeah,
to create a Magic Bird thing with Angel
right,
and Caitlyn,
right,
bro. Right?
right.
But the thing is, Magic and Bird accepted that though. Magic and Bird would talk smack about each other. Like even though they talk about it now, they was just selling the games. They always was cool, but Magic would say his stuff, and then Bird would say his stuff, and then Bird got a predominantly white team, and Magic got all the niggas, right? And it was Showtime versus the blue collar. You right? You got the fancy squad, and they trying to create that with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark don't want it. Caitlin Clark never says, "Oh, I can't wait to play Angel Reese. I'm gonna blow her out." When they ask her about Angel Reese, she say, "Look, I'm just competing." Like when Angel Reese said we need to normalize women being fired up. I agree with that. They trying to make
Mhm.
her out to be a hothead. No, we need to normalize women getting pumped. We need to normalize women showing emotions on the court. Let's normalize that shit. There's nothing wrong with her doing that, right? So, um, but they don't want it. Angel Reese and Caitlyn don't want it. Now, if Angel Reese would say, "Yeah, when I see Caitlin Clark, double double." 15 and 20, 15 points, 20 rebounds. I'm gonna bust her up. If Caitlin said, "Oh, I'm circling Angel Reese on my calendar in the offseason," then it would be a little bit better because they're accepting the rivalry. We are actually pushing something that they are acceptant of, and it would make it bigger. But these girls, every time they asked about each other, when they asked Caitlin Clark, she said, "Look, it was just a take foul." If Caitlin Clark would have said, "Yeah, yo, she pushed my teammate, of course I'm gonna go after," it would
Yeah,
make the rivalry that much stronger. It would make the rivalry.
see,
The media is trying to create a rivalry that doesn't really exist in these young girls' minds. You understand what I'm saying? There's like they're forcing them to fight. Yo,
Exactly. And that's
Angel Reese went on public and she said, "Listen, I love Caitlin Clark. I'm pretty sure one time we might be on the same team."
yeah,
She
yep,
said that at the end of the rookie year last year. Like, there is no beef. Like there is no beef. Like with LeBron
yeah.
James and Steph Curry, LeBron James and Steph Curry, Klay Thompson actually said his feelings was hurt. And LeBron laughed and it was like, "Oh, all right." That's
yeah.
when it became a rivalry.
Okay,
Them niggas was
hold
just
on a
playing
second.
each other in the finals.
I slightly disagree with what you're saying because I feel like rivalries kind of do get developed through us watching it, right? Like I don't think that LeBron versus Steph was looked at as a rivalry, but they never said nothing dissing each other. I mean, no, I take that back because LeBron
I'm about
made a
to say
little,
they did some
yeah,
chirping, bro.
no, but I'm saying that there was nothing that was like a diss to each other, like what you're saying you want them to do. Like the only thing LeBron did say is when Steph won that unanimous MVP, and LeBron was like, I don't know, when you talk about most valuable, we got to think about what value is. So he took a little small jab, but it wasn't nothing serious. With this one, Yeah, it's a rivalry because they played each other in college just like Magic and Bird did, right? And they played each other twice. They played the first time in the championship game. They played each other again in the Elite Eight. So when the same
Yep.
teams go against each other at the at the top, then yeah, it kind of creates a rivalry. And then obviously we know about the taunting and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit of a rivalry. I don't think we should run from the rivalry just because they're not dissing each other. It's a rivalry, and like even if you don't say it in public, and I technically do wish Caitlin Clark would do it just because it's like
Yes, yo.
I kind of wish
Yes.
she would, because I know, bro, because she's a competitor. I know good and damn well after the taunting thing happened, I know good and damn well she was sitting there like, man, if I see them again, I'm dropping 40 on these
I'm
checks.
gonna scorch the
It's
fuck
going
out of
down,
them.
scorching them up,
Yep.
and then before the game, she had put the Angel Reese put her crown on the bench while Caitlin Clark was warming. I know she looked like, ooh, I got something for these niggas, man. I know she probably was, but she don't say it. But it is a rivalry. The big problem is that the talent level is just not equal. Like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, these are stars. These are superstars. Caitlin Clark is a superstar. Angel Reese is not. So the rivalry can't quite pick up
She's this
until
close though. She's this
she's not.
close.
Who's this
Angel
close?
Reese is this close to
She's
being a
not.
superstar.
She's not.
Bro,
When she gets a
all
better team, when she gets a better
All
team,
Angel
it'll
Reese need to do is add. All Angel Reese need to do is add about 6 or 7 points to her average, and she's a superstar. She get 3 more buckets a night. She's a superstar. If she's averaging 18 and 13, that's a superstar.
I just wish she could put a little bit more, not threes, but a little bit more range to her game, and she just can't finish at the basket the way she did in college. I'm not sure what's quite
Yeah.
happened with that, but she's just not finishing at the rim like she did in college. It's been weird, you know what I mean? So, but what I like about this conversation is that we're talking about basketball here, but the problem and why I just hate how this is gone is that the conversations isn't about basketball. The conversations is about other shit, and that's what
Right.
bothers me. Let me get Stan in
Right.
here. What's your thoughts?
It's like Kurt said, it's a rivalry that the media is pushing that these girls don't want. Again, on the court, if we're being competitive and we're playing basketball, cool. No problems. The problem becomes when the media jumps in and tries to make this shit more than something what it is. And that's what they've done going all the way back to college when Angel did the Can't See Me stuff. And they lost their fucking minds because God forbid, the black girl show confidence and taunt the little white girl that doesn't do anything or say anything. Even though Caitlin Clark talks as much shit as anybody as anybody that you can think of as far as the women's game. She talks a ton of shit. Talks a lot of shit. And I ain't got no problem with it, by the way.
Yep.
At all. I have no problem with it. But why you always singling out the black girl for doing it? Again, I know that the bottom line is this whole conversation is about one thing and it's about race. And people can keep poo-pooing that they want to. That's the bottom line. This country is not evolved past the black and white thing. It just hasn't. No matter how much people want to tell you they have, no matter how much everybody wants to push this narrative that we're in a post-racial society, we're not. We're just not. And that's my problem is that people want to act like it's not about something when it really is.
When it
That's
really
just what it
is.
is.
It is,
This is
Yep.
what this is
and
all
I hate
about.
that
This
it
is what
is.
it's
Yeah,
always been about. Well, that's what this country is, man. And unfortunately, that's what it is. We have not, and I want to say not we, but as a country, we have not progressed past black and white. And just have not. And the media wanted to make Angel Reese into this big villainous. And again, Angel had no problem being the villain in this story, but
She
she
doesn't.
does not. But no, she has no problem being the villain with this. The problem is that people can't keep it about basketball.
right.
Yep.
That's the problem, and that
Bingo.
these people can't keep it about basketball. Why is Angel Reese facing again racial taunts from these hillbillies in Indiana?
I don't know.
Again, why can't it be about basketball? Why does it have to be about race, and why does it have to be about racial tropes? Why does it have to be about that stuff? Because white folks in this country have not evolved past that bottom line, simple, we hate black people. They haven't evolved past this. No matter how much they try to tell you they have, no matter how much we try to push this post-racial society, and oh my God, America elected a black man president. This country is the same racist filth that has been for 500 years. It has not changed. And unfortunately, because it has not changed, and people try to push the narrative that it has, this is what we get. We get this passive aggressive racist bullshit when it comes to just two basketball players. All these girls are doing playing basketball. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are basketball players. They're hoopers. That's what they want to do. Off the court, they have a presence. Absolutely. Angel has a presence off the court. Caitlin has a presence off the court. They all are making money off the court and on the court. They're growing the game of basketball on the court as well. And they're doing a great job of doing it. I just wish we would focus on that and stop focusing on every time somebody gets fouled is a fucking
I agree.
conversation. And that brings me to the Robert Griffin part of this and the Ryan Clark part of this.
Sure.
And I got a lot to say about this part. I definitely, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Caitlin and Angel, they're two basketball players they're trying to play, and the media's trying to push them into some sort of Magic and Bird rivalry because it's based on race, and they're just not interested in it. They're not playing into it. They're not interested in it.
Well, Stan, real quick. You would agree though that the Magic and Bird thing had a racial component to it too, though, right?
That's what it was all about, man. No matter what people said, that's what it was about.
But they accepted it.
I don't think they accepted the racial part of it. I could be wrong.
What I'm saying is, hear me out, Ray. What I'm saying is, back then, I'm with you. Yes, there was, but there was a certain level of competition because one was the Lakers and one was the Celtics. You understand what I'm saying? And then you had, because you remember, you had Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain not too long ago.
That is true.
So now this team gets Bird. And this team gets Magic. Now, yes, it's a black and white guy, so of course we're going to play the racial things, but that was more about the contrast to basketball. The Showtime Lakers versus the blue chip Celtics. And they accepted it. Now, we made it like society made it about race, but it was based on the Lakers played like niggas.
But Kurt,
right? They was fancy. And they was slashy, they was fancy and flashy, and the Celtics was hard-nosed, straightforward, blue-collar, blue chip. And they accepted the rivalry. They talked smack to each other off the court. When they asked Magic about the Celtics, they smack about, yeah, we want to beat them. Yeah, we don't like them. Yeah, we can't wait to see them.
But not yet, though.
But that's what made the rivalry.
Hold on. I don't think they did that their first year. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this thing has to grow. It has to evolve. The Chicago Sky's got to turn into a better basketball team. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like if this thing kind of keeps going, maybe we could have a little bit of something. That's all I'm saying. But I said the problem is that Angel Reese simply has to become a better basketball player for the rivalry to even exist because she's just not on that level yet. But I'm just saying that, like, the racial component is part of it. I just wish it wasn't everything. I wish that that the cake and the frosting and everything that goes into it was about basketball. And if you want to throw the racial sprinkles on the top of it, I bet. But I just wish that this whole thing was a basketball thing and not the race thing.
It's not.
Right now, it feels like the race is the cake. You know what I mean? It's like all people are talking about is the racial component. That's what I hate. But go ahead, Stan. You about the RG3 thing.
But no, that's the problem, and that's the problem with it. But like I said, it is what it is. I don't whatever. But this part of it is where I get irritated.
Okay. You
have Robert Griffin III, or we're gonna call him Robert Griffin the Coon, whatever you want to call him. Is up to you. But this buffoon Griffin, who was awful on television, was why he's not at ESPN no more. He got fired because he was awful at his job. And he wants to chime in on this thing because God knows that's what we all do. We got to chime in on shit we don't know nothing about, but we got to chime in on it and want to say that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. No, she doesn't.
She does not.
You want to jump on that? That's the problem. And what Griffin was doing was he was pushing the racial component of this and pushing the narrative that the black girl has to be jealous of the white girl's success. Blah blah blah, and she has to be jealous, and she can't stand him because it's beyond professional. No, it's not. She don't hate that girl. I'm sure if they saw each other at a club, they would kick it up. They would do whatever. They'd be great. They don't hate each other. They're competitors. Angel reacted to the foul as what a competitive basketball player would react to getting hammered, and we have seen it a million fucking times with every great player. Michael Jordan was getting ready to kill Reggie Miller because of a foul.
Yep.
We've seen it a million times, but for whatever reason, when it comes to women, and that's more that racial, sexist bullshit this country still can't get beyond, that women are supposed to act a certain. No, the women in the WNBA are as competitive, fiery, talking as much shit as any athlete, any sport, male, female, regardless. There's more shit talking in this league than I think any league that we have.
Yep.
And I love it. I love it. It's one of the best things about the WNBA is the competitiveness in regular season games that you just don't see in the NBA. You just don't. There's so much competitiveness with these women because again, it's not as many games and there's not as many teams, so the playoff spots are, there's a lot of, but the shit talking and the competitiveness that you see in the W is one of the best things about it. And but for whatever reason, there's still this women can't act fuck out of here with that. Shorty can. They can be as fiery and as competitive as anybody. And that's what Caitlin and Angel are two of the most competitive. They're just competitors. And that's how a competitive reacts to getting a foul that was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fouling me like that.
Yep.
But once it was over and she got back, she was like, it was a basketball play, referees got to move on. That's all it is. But the media, of course, can't move on. And that's where Robert Griffin comes into play because he wants to do oh my gosh, she really hates Caitlin Clark, man. You can just tell it's not basketball. It's like, dude, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
And
Like you are in that conversation.
Yeah, why the fuck you in this conversation, nigga? And then Robert, and basically what Ryan Clark was saying was like, what are you talking about, man? And how would you even know anything? Again, you're playing into the stereotypes and you're playing into the narrative that the media has been trying to push with these two. You're playing into it. And you're a black man. Why are you playing into this? And then again, when we talk about, again, this is a very touchy conversation.
Go ahead.
I guess for some people, not for me. I don't give a fuck.
Go.
Go ahead,
You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. The component of a black man and him being with a white partner, and I don't say black man, but it's black person, white partner, whatever you want to say. But we're going to talk about black men and white women. Robert Griffin acts like his wife is a trophy wife because she's white, not because she's pretty, not because she's a catch, not because she's a 10, any of that bullshit. It's because she's white. That's my problem with Griffin. That's my problem with him. You act like your wife is a catch, is a trophy, and you prop her up, which you're supposed to do. You're supposed to prop your wife up. You're supposed to prop your spouse up. We all know this. We've all had spouses. We've all had wives. All that shit. We know. That's what you're supposed to do. Griffin props his up because she's white. And that was Ryan Clark's problem. You propping your chick up because she's white, not because you love her. Not because she's a 10. Not because she's this. Not because of that. You propping her up because she's white. That's that coon shit I'm talking about.
And that's the way to get That's the way to get sponsorship.
Yeah, that's the way to get a job. That's the way to get sponsorship. Look at me. I got a white wife and white children. Look at me. I'm Robert Griffin. It's pathetic. And then again, I don't think Ryan Clark was attacking his wife, but of course, Robert Griffin, of course, he would know because he's with a white woman, knows how to act like a white woman apparently. So he started doing the victimhood stuff. He started doing the white woman tears stuff. Oh my God, Ryan Clark attacked my wife. No, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck he didn't. He didn't attack your wife, nigga. He attacked you, nigga, because you're a cornball. Rob Parker said that shit 2014.
He got put up. Yo, son, I was about to say that, man. I was about to say that.
Before I go too far, let me make it very, very clear. Rob Parker should have been fired for what he said because at the time, he questioned the blackness of one of the most popular players in the NFL, who was a black quarterback, at a time where the black quarterback was still an endangered species. It ain't like that now. But then it was. This is pre-Lamar, pre all these great Jaden Daniels, pre all these guys coming to the league. Yeah. Robert Griffin was a endangered species. He's like Bigfoot. You didn't see too many black quarterbacks at the time. So because of that, and then you have this guy on television basically questioning his blackness because he dates a white woman. Yeah, that's why he got fired. He should have been fired for that.
But it aged well, though. It aged well.
It aged well. It actually aged well. I'm sure Parker's sitting there back somewhere laughing his ass off. Because like I told you motherfuckers about this Robert Griffin. Yeah, you did. And you're right. Robert Griffin's a cornball. Again, go back and watch some of the stuff he did on TV. It was awful. Some of the stuff he was
Mm-hmm.
doing, just cornball. It's like this nigga has no soul whatsoever, it feels like. He's just a cornball nigga. And everybody said that about Robert Griffin. And again, it got nothing to do with the fact you married to a white woman. It's the way you prop your white wife up. That's the problem. Don't do that, man. You want to prop your wife up because she's beautiful and she's pretty and all that fun shit that you're supposed to do as a man, then you go ahead and do that. Don't prop your wife up because she's white, nigga. And you supposed to be a black man. The fuck is wrong with you? He should have been called out by anybody. And Ryan Clark was absolutely right. But as usual, this is what happens. Then you call him out, and then Robert Griffin wants to play the victim role. Like, you attacked my wife. You attacked me. No, he didn't, nigga. And then these white sympathizers want to attack Ryan Clark. Like, nigga, you got a biracial daughter. And this is where things get out of control in this with everything. Where it's like this has nothing to do with the conversation that we were having. Y'all take it completely left because again, this is what your primitive aspect is to attack the black man.
Yep.
That is the primitive nature of white America is to attack the black person, attack the black woman, attack the black man. That's what they're conditioned to do. That's what they do. They've been doing it for 500 years. It ain't gonna change. It's their primitive nature is to attack the black person, attack the black woman, attack the black man, attack the black woman for being confident in herself, for being outspoken, for being all these things that Angel Reese is, and not just Angel Reese, but plenty of black women in this country, in professional sports, in the world. They do not like that. They don't like confident black women. They never have, they never will. So when you get people like that, and then you got Caitlin Clark, the wholesome middle America farm girl who just goes out and plays the game and all that bullshit. You know, she talks as much
But that's
shit as
really
any
what
of
she
them.
is, though, Stan. She really is the farm girl that goes out to play basketball. She talk her
And
shit, but that's really what she is, though.
that's what they are framing her, and that's what she acts like. That's not who she is. She's as fiery and competitive as anybody, but that's the narrative they want to create for
I
her.
see what you're
And
saying. I
that's,
see what you're saying.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
narrative they want to create. She's the wholesome farm girl playing basketball, and Angel Reese is the angry black woman that's just jealous of her success. That's what they've been trying to play. And Robert Griffin, this buffoon Griffin, played into that with his stupid ass commentary, with his white wife singing in the background. The fuck is wrong with you, man? And it's just this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with these niggas out here who think they've become something special because they fuck a white woman. No, you're not. You are still a nigga. No matter how many white
Still a
women you
nigga.
fuck, no matter how many white women you prop up, no matter how many snow bunnies that you want to prop around, and how many white children you want to prop up and look at me, you are still a nigga in this country. And Robert Griffin clearly doesn't understand that because he thinks that he's above all this stuff. Well, because I got a white wife, nigga. I don't give a fuck who you marry. You say something
Nigga, you ain't
stupid, nigga,
learned
you
from
gonna get
Tiger
called out.
Woods? You ain't learned from Tiger Woods?
Apparently not. He hasn't learned from Tiger Woods, nigga. No matter how much you prop your white wife up, you're still a nigga in this country.
Still a
You're
nigga.
still that's who you are. You was as black as you were. You was as black as you was yesterday than you are today. No matter who you fuck, no matter who you prop up, that's who you are. And guys like Griffin, and again, there's plenty of guys like that in the media. We know who they are, who like to promote this stuff and like to prop up the white supremacy narrative. Again, whether they're too stupid to not know they're doing it or not. And apparently Griffin is too stupid to know that's what he was doing. But again, it's silliness, it's dumbness. It does not promote the game. All it does is just keeps reinforcing the racial component to this country that has existed for 500 years and will consist until the end of time. Because that's
All
just what
Hey,
it
Stan.
is.
right, Kurt, get in
Hey,
there.
and Stan, if to go off what you were saying, if Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese hate each other because how they compete against each other, then your brother hate me, bro. Because he used to foul the shit out of me, bro. What the fuck? Your brother used to whack me on the court when we had gym, bro. But I understood, like, this was the only way he could really, like, stay in front of me. You know what I mean? And I just used to, like, get off me, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fight him back. But right after that, it was never no beef. We used to go play live. We used to battle. But he used to foul the shit out of me, bro. You see what I'm saying? But he was just competing, bro.
It's called playing
Angel Reese
physical.
is just competing. She's happy.
It's just
That's
yeah.
all she
It's
is,
competition.
bro.
It's
Like, yo,
competition.
Michael
It's
Jordan and
compete.
Charles Oakley. Michael Jordan and Charles Oakley are like this to this day. You can't tell when you look at them Knicks Bulls games that he was throwing Michael Jordan little ass to the ground and all that shit. That is how you compete, bro. That does not mean they hate each other. That does not mean they dislike each other. Angel Reese was in the heat of the moment. Thought she had a free shot, and Caitlin Clark said, "Nah, bitch, I'm not about to give you that easy shot at you. Just push my teammate, nigga." And that's all. Angel Reese got up and said, "Yo, don't touch me like that, nigga. Damn, what's wrong with you?" And Caitlin Clark said, "Bitch, I ain't worried about you," and walked off.
Yep.
How the fuck Aaliyah Boston get a technical for that shit?
I don't understand that at all. That was weird.
Like, yo, what's going on? Like, so what I'm saying is, let these girls compete. Let these girls compete, and let's stop making it about race. And yo, and RG3, yo, your big giant croissant eating ass, bro. I swear, yo, I just want somebody to hit this nigga with a frozen cup, bro. Like, I want him to walk down the street. I want him to walk down the street. Somebody just drop a bag of ice on him from a third floor or something, bro. Like, I want like some cartoon shit to happen. Like, he go to work one day, open up his car door, and an anvil fall on his dumb ass, and he get one of them tumors that like, whoop. Like, that nigga gets on my nerves, bro. Like, and all he does, if you listen to him talk, he pushes a narrative for like white America. And I'm not talking about like the white people that's with us, because we in Baltimore City. We know, yo, we go outside and see some broke ass white people that don't hate us. They not racist. They just like us. They just white. We got a bunch of them in this city. Okay. I'm not talking to that. I'm talking to the ones that want to keep us below them, the racist ones. His narratives always cater to them.
Mhm.
Always cater to whatever they are saying. That's what his narrative that's what his narrative agrees with. And he been a clown, he been a coon, he been a sellout, he been an Uncle Tom. He been all that shit. Sambo. What was he Samuel Jackson and Django? He want to you know what? He's a what he is, an extraordinary nigga. Ain't that what they called him? Exquisite nigga. He's an exquisite nigga. That's what he is. You see what I'm saying? Um, I don't want. You know what? I don't even really want. I don't really want to go into too much detail about this exquisite nigga, but I want to thank Ron Clark, man. Ron Clark. I know it's hard for Ron Clark to do what he do, y'all, because he is our conscious voice, despite where he is. Like, Ron Clark is at the top, and he still stays true to the consciousness of, the areas and the morals that where we come from as people. He stays true to him. Now, he does say some shit I don't like. I'm not going to say he's perfect, but for the most part, Brian Clark sticks to the rubric for black people. He's totally conscious, he's totally aware, and he's awake when he speaks. And I want to just give Ron Clark some roses, you know what I mean, for being that voice, despite where he is.
Right.
Because this a nigga at ESPN that used to be that voice. You know what I mean? Stephen A. Smith used to be that. I don't know where he went with it. Like five when Skip left and it was just his show, he just went crazy. I don't know where the fuck he went since then, but
He
he
about to run.
used to
He
be
about to
that
run for
voice.
president. He about to run for
Huh?
president. He about to run for president. Stephen A.
Who?
Stephen A. Smith.
For president for the hair club for men at this point, but nobody. Yeah.
Listen, what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say to you is, RG3, wherever you are, you can suck my dick, my nigga. Like, straight. I do not care about you. No, real talk, yo. It's niggas like you. I hope he see this. I hope he see this. If
He
he
probably
want, he
won't.
could DM me. I'll give him my address. That dude, yo, I swear, yo, he crawls underneath of my skin, bro, trying to be the white black nigga. It's not gonna work, bro. You keep pushing their narratives, you keep pushing their agendas, and it's niggas like you that set black people back, bro. I'm tired of you. I'm sick of you, and I hope your little ass fall down the elevator shaft. I want you to live. I just don't want you to walk the same the rest of your life. I need something to happen to him, bro. I need this nigga to get hit by lightning. I need something to happen to this nigga, bro. And I don't really wish bad shit, but like, we ain't got time for halfway black no more, bro. Like, it's getting down to the nitty gritty for us that, like, whereas though, if you're going to speak to the consciousness, like, we don't speak normally speak to the consciousness of black people. We speak to our opinions about music, our opinions about basketball. But if you're going to speak to the consciousness of black people, you got to do that shit right, or you got to shut the fuck up, bro. Period. We don't have room. We don't have time. Like our kids are
Exactly.
dying. Like our mothers are getting older. Our grandparents are being buried. They had these fake phonies step in front of our people, bro. We got to have these fake phony people stepping in front of our people with these narratives that hold us back. So RG3, yo, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That is one dude in the media that I do want to just punch him in his face, bro. I want to punch this nigga in his face so bad, bro. Like I don't normally get this upset and get mad, but when we talk about RG3, bro, I just want to just like I want to hurt this nigga, bro. All all of these niggas that's pushing these false narratives, bro, we gotta get rid of them. We gotta find a way because they setting us back. Yo, he one of them niggas that wouldn't be here if Tupac was alive. You see what I'm saying? You know how Tupac would squash anything that was negative towards black people and what we was doing. He would speak up. He spoke up against the culture vultures. He spoke up against the black people that was being phony towards us. Like we need somebody like Pac to eliminate these people. And I want to thank Ryan Clark for being somebody to step up to try that. I think Ryan Clark, if you look at Ryan Clark's face, I think Ryan Clark want to punch him in the face too, bro. I think he really do. Like I think Ryan Clark feel like me a little bit. Like how he was, when Ron Clark start doing that and his head go back a little bit when he talk, like, he upset, bro. I know he want to punch RG3 in the face. So RG3 got to go, bro. They already fired him and he bought a camera himself. Like,
pretty
you got to
much.
go, bro. You got to go, bro.
All right,
I'm
Wusa,
sorry,
King.
Red.
Wusa,
I'm sorry.
Wusa.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I didn't even get that upset, man. But I mean, I get it, man. I get it. No,
Yeah,
but
bro.
you
I
know what?
want to
I
hit this
get it.
nigga
I
in his
get it
mouth. I
because
swear to God, I want to hit RG3 in his mouth,
let me
yo.
let me
I
say
swear
this.
I do, yo.
it's just these tap dancing Uncle Tom coon niggas that are in the media, the Jason Whitlocks and the Robert Griffins and the Emmanuel Ochos of the world. These guys have got to go, man. We have got to get these coons out of the media and get them away from our culture because they always every time these same guys pop up. Literally, I think all Whitlock does is he just waits for things like this so he can pop up and do his anti ESPN, anti Stephen A, anti whoever black at ESPN, and the pushing narrative. They're just pushing these like, dude, nobody's pushing a racial narrative but you niggas, but you coons
Yep,
and you clowns. Y'all pushing this shit. We just trying to ball. We just trying to win. We just trying
yep,
to live. Y'all keep pushing this shit. Y'all keep pushing this shit. We want to enjoy life. We want to win in life. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy our families. We want to win. Y'all keep pushing this shit. Y'all keep pushing it. And at the end of the day, it's the Robert Griffins and these Jason Whitlocks and Emmanuel Ochos and Stephen A. Smiths and the Shannon Sharps and these guys who act like clowns on TV. They keep pushing this stuff.
yep,
And
yep.
we're just like, yo, y'all just keep pushing this shit, and we just trying to get away from it. We just
All
trying
right,
to
wait a
win. We
minute.
just trying to
So
compete.
hold on. I don't think you can put.
They gotta go, yo.
Yeah, but
Those
you can't.
dudes, those
You
dudes
can't.
that you describing, they gotta go.
No, I see. That's why I don't agree. I don't think you put Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp in the same category as Jason Whitlock. Like that's a bit extreme. Like,
Nah,
come
that's
Okay,
on,
let me
unfair.
no.
that's a bit
No,
extreme.
that's unfair, and I'll apologize for that. You can clip that if you want, but no, I don't mean that because it's. I think Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith act like buffoons on TV, but they're not pushing this. They're not
Agenda.
pushing
Yeah.
the agenda, the white supremacist agenda like Jason Whitlock does.
All right, let me
You
say
know,
this.
but
Right, let me say this about the RG3 thing. So for me, what annoyed me the most about it, the reason why I think it's the total package of what he did, because he's not an idiot. Like he knows that there's
Yep.
what he's talking about is a racial component. We know what this Caitlin Clark Angel Reese thing is. We know what it is. We know it's a racial component.
Yep.
And so for him to go on camera and say what he said, and it was the one part of the video. I watched the whole thing just so I could know exactly what was said. He's sitting there mocking Angel Reese when, like last year, when there was a hard foul. He's like, "You foul him, baby!" Like mocking Angel Reese. And the whole time he's saying this, he has his wife, his white wife, behind him, almost like as display. It's like his Heisman Trophy sitting right there. His wife is right there. So it's
His
almost
wife.
like, yeah. So almost like saying I'm going against, the black woman on this case, and I know this is a racial component. And by the way, look behind me here. That's what the whole thing came off to me. And let me be 1000% clear, because I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying. I ain't got no problem at all with interracial marriage. None at all.
Nope,
None.
not at
I can
all.
do it. If you're watching this right now and you're in the dating scene and you just so happen to link up with someone who's a different race than you, and
Be
they
happy.
line up perfect with you, don't let none of these people say you're doing the wrong thing. Don't if you're
Yep.
black and you find somebody white who you link up with, fuck what anybody got to say about it. Go marry, get
Be
that
happy,
ring,
my
Absolutely.
nigga.
get it done.
Yeah,
Life
absolutely.
is life is hard. It is even harder when you pick the wrong partner. If you found the
Exactly.
right partner, get the partner. So I
Yep.
want to be 1000% clear on that. But
Facts.
RG3, the way he acted on that video, the things he said on that video, with her standing right behind him, was a coon performance for the ages. Now, it's not it's not
Oh,
to the
that's why I
level.
want to hit him in his mouth, yo.
It's not to the level of what we've seen before. I think one of the historic coon performances was Jason Whitlock was on Fox Sports. He was filling in for, I think, Colin Cowherd, and he was on there. He was upset about LeBron and Serena Williams doing like a commercial that was kind of like a black commercial. He was upset about that commercial. And he was just going off about it, and he wrapped himself up into an American flag when he was talking about it. Like that, that's the bar you got to clear when it comes to coon performances. So I don't think RG3 has gotten there yet. That's the bar. That
Mhm.
Jason Whitlock put, that was a 45, 12, and 10 game there. So he's not quite
Yep.
there, but he's getting close, because that was a disgrace for him to do that, man. And then after the fact to do the whole you attack my wife, you attack my family, and all that stuff. And Ryan Clark did not do any of that. Now Ryan Clark, I just read, he did actually apologize for bringing up his wife, because I get it, because like, you know how people are, man. Like we talk about in the diss track tier list. It ain't about what you meant, it's how I received it. And when you bring up the
Right.
wife, it's
Right.
gonna make people react a certain way. So
Right.
Ryan Clark did apologize for it, but honestly, I don't think he had nothing to apologize for, because he didn't diss her. In fact, if you listen to what he said, he actually said that he feels like Robert Griffith puts his wife on a pedestal because of her skin color. He actually said he's met his wife and said, I think she's way more than that. So he actually bigged his wife up, saying that she's more than just a white woman. You feel what I'm saying? He actually bigged her up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that's my thing, man. Like, Robert Griffith made a complete ass of himself. I hate that he did that. You know, be happy whoever you marry, but like, don't forget who you are. It's kind of my thing. So that's what
And,
I would.
and the thing is, bro, like you said, bro, I'm not mad, bro. I've dated white women. White people are non-racist. White people are pots of gold, bro. They like the best people to be around. You know what I'm saying? Non-racist white people. What I'm saying is, like you say, it's not about him dating a white woman. It's about when I'm displaying this white woman to lessen the value.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That's my problem.
You know what I mean? That is part of the reason why I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I swear, like, if I went outside, yo, and I seen RG3 right now, I probably spit in his face, bro. Like, I really like, and I don't really get mad. I'm one of them dudes, yo. I'm one of them dudes that it's entertainment, and I take it as entertainment, right? So when people say shit, it don't. But Robert Griffin, this particular dude, this one guy, like, he gets underneath of my skin so bad, bro. He gets underneath of my skin so bad that it pisses me off, bro. And I really do want to hurt this dude, yo. Like, I really wish, like, he might beat my ass, bro. You know what I mean? Because he is like 6'3", 240. He might get the best of me, bro. But I just want to connect first. I just want to feel the tip of his chin on my knuckle one time. And he can beat me. He can do whatever he wants. He can choke slam me and all that. I just want to land one on him. One time, bro, yo, he gets underneath of my skin so bad, bro. He just looks like he's trying to appear to be white. He has a white man stance, and he sits behind his with his buttons, his shirt buttoned all the way up, and he's just Just a bitch ass nigga, bro. Hate this nigga, bro. I swear I hate that nigga, bro. Well, I ain't gonna say hate. I just extremely
Uh,
dislike. I extremely dislike him. I'm not gonna say I hate him, but I do want to punch him in his face, bro. I do, yo, so bad, bro. I do, bro.
he's a
Like if I
cornball,
can't reach his
man.
face,
But
at least let me connect with his shoulder or something, bro. Like I want to just aim for his face one time, bro. Even if I miss, let me hit his shoulder. Like I just want like one time, bro. He make me feel like that. And he has since like his rookie year, bro. So I never liked him, bro. Never.
All right. We can end it there, I
I'm
guess.
sorry, yo. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's end on a good note. Let's end on a good note. I actually read that game one of the Pacers and Knicks was the highest rated playoff game. I think it says since like 2018. So like the NBA is definitely getting back up track because there was definitely concerns about the ratings dip and how it kind of felt like the NBA was fading a little bit. But I think these playoffs have been excellent. I think that
there was. Yeah,
we
go ahead.
have the four teams left are kind of the have-nots of the NBA. And one of the things that I've always been in all sports is, if I can't have it, I want a team that's never had it to get it. And I think that
Right.
right now, besides, I mean, the Knicks won back in the 70s, but not recently. And then Pacers and OKC, like we got teams that's never won it on the doorstep. So I think that's great for the game. Ratings are starting to go up. So I'm just I think basketball is in a good place. I thought to stand.
Absolutely. Again, there was a narrative being pushed by the usual suspects, the Jason Whitlocks and the other coons and the other clowns on the media that wanted to push this NBA was dying narrative, and it was not. And it just wasn't. It just wasn't. It wasn't dying. It was again. It was the usual suspects: the Whitlocks, the Clay Travises, the other buffoon the guy that founded Barstool Sports, who just hates Angel Reese for some reason. Please, nigga. And it just they were pushing the same narrative. The
We're ending
NBA
on a
was
good
dying.
note.
The NBA
We're
was
ending on a good
dying.
note.
I was like, no, the NBA is fine. The NBA was always fine. It's just that the regular season is what it is, and people see it for what it is. And the playoffs is always a different animal. And when you get to the playoffs, it's just these games have been great. The playoffs have been excellent. And again, I'm glad that the viewership is up. I'm glad that people are watching the games, enjoying the games. Again, it's been great games. It's been great playoffs, great competitive play, great players stepping up and becoming superstars. And the league needs that because again, we are now entering the last dance of LeBron, Steph, and KD. I think we're at that point
Yep.
now where it's only a matter of time before these guys, walk into the sunset. I mean, that's where we are, and the league needs new stars, and they've got them and plenty
Yep.
throughout the final four guys left. I mean, I know that everybody wants to push Edwards as that guy. The media wants to push Edwards as that guy. Blah blah blah. It's not Edwards, it's Shea. I understand why they want to push Edwards because he's American, and they're trying to push American players and not foreign. Whatever. The best players in the league are what they are. It's Jokic. It's Jokic. It's Shea. It's Giannis. It's Edwards. It's Tatum. It's
Luca.
Brunson. It's Luca. It's a flavor of guys from different parts of the world, different parts of the country, different backgrounds, and it's only going to make the game grow internationally, and it's to continue to grow internationally because it is a. And now you got Cooper Flag, the Great White Hope, coming to the league this summer, so it's a
Apollo's coming.
yeah, yeah, it's just well, yeah, I mean, so you got guys American born, foreign born. It's because all it's going to do is make the game grow internationally and continue to grow
Yep.
and be more of a worldwide sport than the NFL is, and that's just what it is. And it's good for the league. The league is in a good spot. I'm please, league's in a
Yo,
great spot right now.
in about 10 years, bro, it's gonna grow, like you say, it's gonna grow internationally to the point that we're gonna have an NBA Africa, an NBA England. I think it's already something like that, kind of. Like we're in other like scouts and stuff in other countries, but I'm saying us to have a actual league in another country. Like the NBA Finals winner in America is going to have to play the NBA Finals. It's going to get to the point where there's 10 different leagues, and after you win the finals, you're going to go to a finals playoff worldwide. You see what I'm saying? Like it's getting there. It really is. Like on soccer, like it's like 10 different countries in the World Cup playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's going to get there it's only a matter of time before we have a team in England, a team in Britain, So I do like the fact that, like you said, Reggie, we about to watch a team win that we haven't seen win in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Regardless of who wins these finals. And I actually like the stars of each team. I like Shea, I like Ant, I like Brunson, and I like Tyrese Halliburton. I actually like the 4 teams that's left. You know what I'm saying? So for us, and then we get to see the Knicks and Pacers again.
Yep.
Like, bro, we know what that rivalry is, bro. We know what that is. And then for Tyrese Halliburton to do this, that just re-sparked the rivalry. Like, because the Knicks and Pacers, it kind of sparked a little bit because they seen each other in the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of sparked. But this year, they in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is for all the marbles right here. And yo did this with Reggie Miller calling the game. And Spike Lee on the sideline. It don't get no better than that. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with what's going on in the NBA, and I'm happy that we're getting the viewership because Gilbert Arenas explained something. He said those people in China, we watched the game on Monday, they might not be able to watch the game till Tuesday or Wednesday. So if the game came on Monday and we're going by Tuesday ratings, that's not what that game is going to see worldwide. Like that game, yeah, it probably was only 500,000 people that watched it in America Monday, but Tuesday or Wednesday, 3 million people gonna watch it in China. They don't get the games like we get them. So,
again,
like
it's
I
a
say,
worldwide. It's a worldwide game.
Yeah, it's a worldwide game. If we go by the way, last night, only these many people. The game ain't even aired in Turkey yet. The game ain't even aired in certain countries yet. You know what I mean? So American ratings ain't got shit on worldwide ratings. So
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there, fellas. Great stuff, man. Great stuff, fella. Till next time.
Hey, Reg. 10 seconds. Yo, shout out to Common, 20 years. Dropped the nice album, 20-year anniversary of B. Shout out to Common, bro. We thank you. Give you some roses, man.
Oh, we gonna get there. We got more flowers coming for him. All right,
for sure.
Till next time.
All right, thanks, guys.